Welcome. Today we're going to talk about finding the value of 3 by 3 determinants. Now earlier this year we worked with 2 by 2 determinants, and 3 by 3s are a little bit more complicated. So the first thing to note is there's 2 methods you can use. Technically there's 3, but we're not going to talk about the third. There's the rewrite method, where you take the first 2 columns and put them in order afterwards. So 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 1. And then you multiply. Now when I multiply, I go diagonally down to the right first. So I multiply these 3. 1 times 1 times 2 is 2, plus these 3. It's always plus for going down to the right, and it's minus going back the other way. So 3 times 4 times 3, 3 times 4 is 12, times 3 is 36, plus 6 times 2 times 1 is 12. Then you're going to go the other way with minus. Now I start on the right-hand side instead of the left. I start over here, and I go back to the left. 3 times 2 times 2 is 12. 1 times 4 times 1 is 4. And 6 times 1 times 3 is 18. Now I have not included any zeros or negatives in my number setup here. So this is fairly straightforward. What I usually try to do with this is I add all the positive numbers together. I get rid of any double signs before I even start that. And I combine all the positive numbers together, all the negative numbers together. It just makes it a little easier. If you're using it on a calculator, you just do it right through. Let's see, 36, 48, 49, 50. Do all that right? Yes, I believe so. Miscalculated on my paper. Minus, let's see, 10, 20, 34. So that comes out to a total for the determinant of 16. So there's your final answer here of 16. That's the value of this determinant. All right, 1 times 1 times 2. Don't forget, 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2 is 2. Very easy to make that mistake of saying 1 times 1 is 2 times 2, 2 times 1 is 3 by mistake, because you're adding. All right. The next method is called the wraparound method. I'm going to use 2 different colors so that hopefully it helps you keep track of how this works. It's a little bit tricky, but it's less writing. So you choose which method you think is easier. Now some people say, well, you never use this 1. Well, actually that's this same 1. So that got used twice. The 4 got used twice. The 2 got used twice. This 3 is this 3, and it got used here and here. This 1 is this 1, it goes used here and here. You can see how that works. All right, now, here's how the wraparound method works. I multiply diagonally down to the right. 3 times negative 2 times 1 is negative 6, plus. It's always plus going to the right. 5 times 4, and it wraps around to the 3. So 5 times 4 is 20 times 3 is 60. The negative 1 wraps around to these 2. Negative 1 times 2 times negative 1, that's positive 2, minus. Now we're going to go the other direction, starting here, going diagonally down. Negative 1 times negative 2 is 2 times 3 is 6. Start with the 5 diagonally, and it keeps going to here. 5 times 2 is 10, times 1 is 10. And the 3 to the 4 and the 1. 3 times 4 times negative 1 is negative 12. I'm going to combine these up. I've got a double sign here, so plus positive. All right, so I've got 62 and 12 is 74. I've got 6, 6, and 10 all negative, so negative 22. So that ends up equaling 52. Now they don't all come out positive. It may seem that way for most of the ones we did, but I just made these up, and so I'm surprised that so many came out positive. All right, that's the wraparound method. As I said, you choose, it kind of looks like lattice work. You choose which way you want to do it, whether it's wraparound or rewrite. And I'll do it each way as we go along so that, and when we go over the homework, I'll ask you which way you did it and use that method. Here's the next one, and I want you to give this one a try and see how you do. All right, I'm going to use the wraparound method with this one, and then the next one I'll use rewrite. Multiplying diagonally here, that's 0. 40. 0 minus. The other direction. 0. 18. 8 times 7, 56. Add these things up. Now the zeros are gone. 40 and negative 50, 60, 74. So when I add that up, that comes out to a negative 34. Did I do that right? 50, 60, 74 minus 40 is negative 34. Yes. All right. Last one. Give it a try. See what you do. How well you do. All right. I'm going to use the rewrite. And here we go. If you draw your line through the number, eventually it's going to be hard to read. So be careful of doing that. Let's see, 66 plus negative 10 plus negative 40 minus 30. Negative 22. Negative 40. All right. Let's work on combining these. Double signs, plus positive, plus positive. So I've got a positive 66, a positive 22, and a positive 40. That's 122, I believe. 62 and, no, 128, excuse me. I was thinking 60. 128, 60 and 66 and 62, 128, yes. Minus 10, 40, and 30, that'd be 80. So that gives me a total of 48 here. And there's both methods. I hope this was clear. Have a great day.